Okay, so now what we need to do is take out that 1/4 inch shift that we have. So if we go to auxiliary menu, and then we go to part setup, you can see that here for the Z, I had a 1/4 inch shift, and I had, as I said before, I had done that so that way when I ran the program ahead, before on the dry run, it was a 1/4 inch above. So by always checking those numbers, the first Z positions when it comes close to the part, especially that last 100th thou, you can really see if there's something you did in your work offset. So we're going to set this down to 0 and click enter. Now we can exit again. So now we'll go back to single. We're going to run this part 1 full run. Servo power is off. Servo power is now back on, so we can go to single, run this program. Once again, rapid feed rate is turned down. Spindle speed is now going to get turned on. We're going to move to our Z 2 inches. Now we're going down to our Z 2 inches. Now we're going to go to our Z 1/4 inch and then 100. So now if we come low, now what we should be able to see is we're now 100 thou above our stock. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to auto mode. I'm going to leave the feed rate at 100% for iMachining. And then we're going to watch this thing run. Now with aluminum, generally we should be using coolant here, so maybe after it gets done doing the top of this cut, I'll manually turn the coolant on. Because while it's okay for this little bit of material, the tool's going to start coming up a little bit. So when it lifts up off of this and it repositions, I'm going to hit the feed hold button. So we'll feed hold, and what we're going to do is we are going to turn the coolant on. So we're going to set the coolant primary on. So now we have a little bit of coolant. And now we'll... And generally when I'm running, you know, since this is the first time, I keep my finger on the feed hold button. Now this is the eye finish pass around the outside of the block. And I could probably turn the coolant off. Let's put it back to auto. What I can do is, you know, sometimes with aluminum you can just kind of click the coolant on and off just to keep the tool a little lubricated, because we do have that cold air blast on it, so that's helping, you know, get the chips out of the tool. But I could probably click the camera to the bottom down position too, maybe give you a better position. Now we're going to helical enter in the center pocket. Now you can hear the RPM coming back up. I think a little bit of the chips were packed up in the bottom of the tool when it did the helical entry. It might have been what that kind of sound was in the beginning there. And there we go. And we can bring this to manual. We'll move our Y forward. And there's our part.